Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, this very Saturday morning. I bless each and every one of us to this early morning broadcast, being the 24th day of December in the year 2022. This is a Christmas Eve day. So, and I'm very sure that most of us who goes to church for Christmas Eve will be there. In fact, whatever you are worshiping, whatever you call your God, make sure you call upon them on this eve and also to celebrate them for protection, provision, and keeping you alive to this day. Without not taking much of our time, we have to go straight into the business of the day. If you are not subscribed to my channel, endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Turn on the notification button so that you will be notified each time we go live or we post something new on this channel or any other channel that is related to Okute Daily Talk. In case you are wondering who is on the line, this is me and only me, Okute Daily Talk. Please, let us go straight into the news. Gunmen kidnap Catholic priest in Benue State. Kidnapping now, they don't ask you if you are a Christian or you are a Muslim or you are a pagan or you are atheistic. What did they call him? Gunmen suspected to be kidnappers have abducted a Catholic priest of Otukpo Diocese in Benue State, Reverend Father Mark Ojutu. The victim was abducted along Okboga, Ojapo Road on Thursday around 5 p.m. The abduction was confirmed by the diocese through a letter from the diocesan secretariat signed by the chancellor, Reverend Father Joseph Itodo, and addressed to all priests, religious, and lay faithful. The letter read, "We write to notify of the kidnap of one of our priests, Reverend Father Mark Ojuto. He is the chaplain of St. Mary's Hospital, Okboga. The said incident occurred today, the 22nd of December in the year 2022 at about 5 p.m. along Okboga, Ojapo Road, Okpuku local government area of Benue State. The local ordinary, Most Reverend Michael Ekwoyi Apoch, has called on all priests faithful in the Catholic Diocese of Otukpo and beyond to earnestly pray for his quick and safe release as we intensify efforts to ensure his release." I beg you, make una continue praying, You cannot go pay ransom because in Nigeria now, there's nothing like praying. Once you have been kidnapped, just go and pay your ransom and regain your freedom. As simple as that. Enugu indigenes protest incessant killings by the militias. Emotions and tears flowed on Thursday in Abuja as over 200 indigenes of Amufu community in Isuzo, local government of Enugu State, protested against the incessant killings of their people by suspected Fulani militia. The protesters, including men and women, said hundreds of people living in Amufu have been killed in different attacks in 2021. The demonstrations were armed with placards with inscriptions such as "President Muhammadu Buhari, stop the massacre. Amufu is bleeding. The life of Amufu people matter. Stop the killing. President Muhammadu Buhari, save our community. End the ethnic cleansing. Our house, farmlands, bonds and occupied by militia headers. And the Amufu people are now killed daily." The leader of the protesters and chairman of the Amufu People's Forum, Dr. Kashmir Ifeanyi, attributed the killings to the clandestine activities of such suspected armed herdsmen. According to him, the recent attacks commenced on December 7 of 2020 when some unknown persons waylaid a truck on the Amufu Nkaragu highway and killed the driver and passengers. While calling on the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired to deploy soldiers to stop reprisal attacks. Ifeanyi alleged that after the truck incident, armed herdsmen attacked Amufu on December 8, 9, 18, and 19, killing people at site and setting houses on fire. He said, "We are utterly shocked and greatly distressed by the series of attacks on Amufu, which occurred first on December 8, and continual massacre of our people en masse, 51 deaths in Mbuji and 22 in Abo, not sparing women or children, destroying our economic fortunes, displacing families, and subjecting us to intense fear. The general belief is that the attacks are Fulani militia that since mid-2021 has been on killing spree in Abo, Ago Amede, and Mbuji autonomous communities, all in Amufu, and they are on a revenge mission over their killed cows allegedly killed in 2021 way before the truck incident. People who value cows more than human beings will still be living in the same country with us as well. I don't really know what to say on this, because the matter of Nigerians and the Fulani herders have become a serious dent on our flesh. That the Nigerian government are not doing anything because they value the cows of the Fulanis more than the humans, or more than the indigenes of this same community. Nigeria is gone, and is gone forever. Anybody thinking that Nigeria can be revived is really dreaming. That is a very big dream, because what is happening, as na minutes in issue borrow. The water have already spoiled long ago from so-called Asorok and the Kabas. They are in support of what is happening in the eastern region, and they are the one that is instigating all this rubbish. If not, tell me where on earth that a Fulani herders will be sacking one community, killing them and burning their farmlands just to take over the land, or simply because one of their cows is being killed or missing. And the government, even Enugu State that have 82 division, if the lives of the indigenous and the people in the ancestral lands cannot be protected in Enugu, then tell me where on earth or where in the eastern region is safe for all of us. No one is safe. Nigeria is gone, and is gone forever. So if the government keeps silent, it means that they are in support of what is happening in Amufu axis, which I know they are the one that is instigating and fueling the attacks. Because if they are not, they will have do something far more before then. Notwithstanding, let us move forward. But they should remember that not when the IPOPs react or the indigenous set up a vigilante now, that is when the police, the army, and the rest of the government officials will open their eyes now and begin to say they want a civil, they want to cause a civil war or whatever is being called between the Fulanis and the Amufu. But now the indigenous and the people of this state and this community have been crying for a very long time now. The government showed deaf ears to it, simply because it didn't affect them or affect anyone that is close to them. But they should not forget that any eye where they cry can also see. 2 died, 4 injured in Paris shooting. We are going international. This is international news. So if you are international, somewhere around British Paris, there is a shooting there. 2 have died and 4 injured in the outcome of the shooting. 2 people were killed and 4 injured in a shooting in central Paris on Friday. Before police and prosecutors said, adding that the shooter in his 60s has been arrested. The motives of the gunman were unclear, with the 2 of the 4 injured left in serious conditions in rural Edinburgh in the trendy 10th arrondissement. The shooter has been arrested with his weapon. The danger is over, the police source told AFP. His motives remain unknown at this stage. Under how many minutes they arrested the shooter? Look at Nigeria. That is why I'm reading this news. because when you hear about all these dirty spokespersons of all these political parties, the lies and how they compare Nigerians to other civilized nations, I'll be marveled. I'll be asking myself, I mean, what is all these people doing? You just went to school. They send you to school to study lawyer. The only thing you can use it to achieve is to be lying to the gullibles and making all sorts of statements on the social media simply because you are defending your principal, who is not even qualified in any way to be the president of that particular nation. We are moving forward. They shoot shortly before midday, 11:00 GMT, caused panic in the neighborhood, a bustling area of shops, restaurants, and bars. Resident Emmanuel Bujnan told AFP that the man had been arrested in a hair salon. Okay, after the shooting, you went to do your hair. There were people panicking, shouting to police and pointing to the salon. He's in there. He's in there. Go in, he explained. He said he saw two people on the floor of the salon with leg wounds. A shopkeeper in the area told AFP on condition of anonymity that she had 7 or 8 shots, saying it was total panic. We locked ourselves inside. The parade prosecutor said, office said, an investigation had been opened and that a man aged between 60 and 70 had been arrested and is in custody at the moment. His identity is in the process of being checked, it added. News of the shooting set now jangling in a city that has been repeatedly targeted by Islamist terror groups since 2015. Paris is also the scene of occasional outbreaks of gang violence in the area. So that is all you need to know from this very international news of the shooting in Paris. We left 2 dead and 4 seriously injured. So if you are around Paris, just know how you control your movement, because according to our Igbo dialect. Just in, Max A CEO Mangal is dead. What killed the man is what we are about to find out. Do not touch the dial. We are moving forward. The chief executive officer of Max Air, Basha Mangal, is dead. A statement made available by the media consultant to the airline said Mangal died in the early hours of Friday, December 23, 2022. The statement read in part, Ina lillahi wa ina ilaihi rajiun. This is to announce the death of our beloved brother Alhaji Bashir Barau Mangal, Vice Chairman and CEO Max Air, in the early hours of today, Friday 23rd December of 2022. May Allah grant him Janutal for the dose, according to the Islamic language of pronunciation, because people should not mind me. Make I no go bite my tongue. Reacting to the development, the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar said the late aviation expert was known for his diligence in business and patriotism. You are quick to comment to the death of this one, right? What happened to the death of the Deborah? Atiku abi articulated abi, what did they call abi Kiloluku? What happened to the death of Deborah, which he tweeted and deleted to the Litue? I am saddened to hear of the death of Bashir Barau Mangal, the vice chairman and CEO of Max Air. I knew Bashir as a man with a high entrepreneurial spirit, having come from a renowned Bengal family of Katsina, who are well known for their diligence in business and patriotism in nation building. He distinguished himself in the aviation industry by maintaining standards that ensured comfort to the flying public, and by extension was known to have brought smiles to those around him. On behalf of my family and my team, I offer my condolences to the Mangal family and pray for Almighty Allah to grant his soul eternal rest, he wrote on his Facebook page on Friday. Quick to comment, because this is a family that is well known. Deborah is nobody knows Deborah from anywhere. That is why you tweeted and you deleted the tweet. Make sure they play all this nonsense and dirty politics a desperate presidential candidate who have nothing to offer to Nigeria other than lies and deceit. Ogun motorist bashes car, kills owner for complaining. You bash somebody's car and you kill the person because the person complained. Nigeria is getting tensions here. It's getting tensions in Nigeria. Men of the Ogun State Police Command have arrested a 26-year-old man, Adeyemi Babatunde, for allegedly killing a 46-year-old driver, Obafunsho Ismail, over a minor argument. The incident occurred on December 8 of 2022 around 8 p.m. when the suspect, who drove a Lexus SUV with a customized number plate Olu of Oya, hit the deceased car from the rear and caused damage to the vehicle. The State Police Public Relations Officer SP Abimbola Oyeyemi, in a statement on Thursday, said the deceased Ismail Obafunsho there and then came down from his car and asked the suspect to come down for them to assess the extent of the damage in order to find a solution to it. But the suspect, Adeyemi Babatunde, refused to come down from his vehicle and was making effort to run away. This infuriated the deceased, who insisted that the suspect must come down, and he consequently sat on the bonnet of the suspect's car in order to prevent him from escaping from the scene. The suspect later came down and warned the deceased to leave the bonnet of his car if he did not want to waste his life. He then went back of the car and drove at top speed, which made the deceased fall from the car, and the car ran over him. Not satisfied, the suspect also reversed the vehicle and ran over the deceased again to ensure that he actually died. Over minor issue, you have lived your life. It's not like I've spotted the person that is dead, but somebody who is driving a Lexus SUV Jeep is worthy of repairing it. Sometimes we let us learn how to let things go. This kind of attitude have killed many in Nigeria. It have left many wounded. It has left many with a kind of scare or kind of wound that they can never ever forget in their life, their entire life. Yes, he scratched you. He refused to come down. You go and sit on his bonnet. He came out and warned you. If you don't want to waste your life, go out from his bonnet. Yet, you adamantly refused. Now, who lose now? Despite the fact that they have been arrested and we clean off, but in one way or the other, a living dog is better than a dead lion. That is one thing you people must understand. A living dog is better than a dead lion. Get that into your T-score. He was later traced to his father's house at Kemta Idiaba area of Abeokuta, where he was arrested by men of the State Motor Traffic Division on December 20, 2022. The vehicle he used to commit the crime was recovered to the station as well. The PPRO said the Commissioner of Police, Lanre Bankole, had ordered that the suspect be transferred to the homicide section of the State Criminal Investigation Department for further investigation and prosecution. Dangerous Lagos pedophile whips after life sentence. Pedophile. Sex offenders court. It's alright. Justice Ramon Oshodi of an Ikeja Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence Court on Thursday sentenced a middle-aged man, Sunday Nwokolo, to life imprisonment for defiling a 12-year-old girl. The judge on December 12 of 2022 convicted Nwokolo in one count of defilement and sentenced him to life imprisonment. Before the convict was sentenced, the judge asked him to address the court. Nwokolo, who was seen weeping in the dock, begged for mercy. His lawyer, Chris Mbajike, also pleaded with the judge to temper justice with mercy. According to him, the defendant is a first-time offender. Okay, until he commits it many times, that is when they will not forgive him, right? Because it's not your own daughter that they defile. That is why you have the audacity to make such a comment. He's a first offender. Nonsense. The prosecutor, Bonkele Okoewa, however, urged the court to sentence the defendants accordingly. Delivering judgment, Justice Oshodi said the victim was 12 years old when the incident happened. The judge said the defendant alleged that the policemen at Aboju police station forced him to write several statements, adding that the inconsistency of his statements showed he was on a mission to defame the Nigerian police force with uncoordinated lies. She said, I do not have a decision in this matter but to refer to you as a pedophile, a liar and a dangerous offender. You are a dangerous offender because the victim said when you defied her, blood came out of her private parts and you took her to the bathroom to clean up, yet you said it was her menstrual flow. You are a dangerous offender because the victim suffered immensely in your hand and no other child should be made to suffer a similar fate. I consider you meriting the sentence of the life imprisonment. So go and do what? Go and tell your God what happened. Retired fireman rapes 12-year-old niece. Family condemns the bail. A retired fire service officer identified as Awolu has allegedly raped a 12-year-old girl in Ogwashuku in an Ocha South local government area of Delta State. 12-year-old girl again. What do these people found in molesting child? Child abuse has becoming norm in Nigerian system of nowadays. What is the gain? What is the enjoyment of defiling a 12-year-old girl who is not even matured enough to do anything? It is in Nigeria that a 13-year-old girl is carrying baby and delivering. You went to Lagos State, at some part of Lagos State you will go, you find out that even a 13-year-old girl will be carrying one baby at hand and the back one at the back. What is happening in our society these days? Can we blame the government on this as well? Not really. How can you blame government? Government have nothing to do with this. This is simply animals in human clothing. They have no any kind of human sympathy in them. Point made to gather that Awolu was arrested following a complaint lodged by the victim's father, Chukwuka. The victim's grandmother, Felicia, said Awolu forcefully dragged the girl into his room and raped her. She said, I discovered my granddaughter's movement and behavior had changed completely and I subjected her to questions. I insisted to know why my granddaughter was behaving funny, but instead of saying something, she ran to her father and opened up to him on how she was sexually abused by a family member who threatened to kill her if she told anyone. Felicia said the girl's father reported the matter to the police at Ogwashuku but lamented the manner the suspect was granted bail after he allegedly gave Chukwuka 40,000 naira. What for? Nigerian police can never change. They can never change. The 40,000 naira I will pay to my family was part of the money spent at the hospital where my daughter is being treated. We still need more money to treat her. I was surprised when my daughter told me that she was raped by her mother's brother. I threatened to kill whoever was involved, but was advised to report the matter to the police, which I did, he added. The police public relations officer in the state, DSP Bridget Edafe, stated that the case was not reported to the police. He said, I have called DPO Ogwashuku Division and the Ogwashuku Area Commander, and they said the matter was not reported. According to them, that is the lies and deceit from the pit of hell. Killers of US-based hoteler Lagos Ibadan Expressway kidnappers arrested. The Oyo State Police Command on Thursday paraded 13 suspects, including 3 men allegedly responsible for the killing of a United States-based hoteler, Benga Owolabi, and a final year student of the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Womosho, Rachel Opadele. The Commissioner of Police, Adebowale Williams, who paraded them at the command headquarters in Eleyele, Ibadan, said the suspects also included killers of a police inspector and kidnappers of a former deputy vice chancellor of University of Ibadan, Professor Adegun Agbaje, on the Lagos Ibadan Expressway. The state police public relations officer Adewale Osifeso said the suspects were picked up at different locations in Oyo and Kwara State. He said Nemesis caught up with the suspected killers of the late hoteler while trying to collect a ransom of 10.7 million naira from the family of another victim, Wahid Hamid. He said a cattle dealer in Ogomosho town, while returning from his ranch at Adafela village via Ogomosho, was intercepted at a desolate spot by a notorious kidnapping syndicate that had been terrorizing members of the police public in Ogomosho and its neighboring towns. The members of this dreaded kidnapping syndicate, who were reportedly armed with AK-47 rifles, cutlasses, and some other weapons, attacked the said Wahid Hamid and later whisked him away into a thick forest, where they contacted his relative and demanded 100 million naira ransom before he could be released. Sequel to this directive, operatives attached to the monitoring unit swung into action, and in the process of combing the thick forest alongside local hunters and the vigilantes, they stumbled upon where the victim was held captive and rescued him unhurt. The victim, during a debrief, narrated his ordeal in the hands of his abductors and explained that while the kidnappers were negotiating his ransom, they claimed responsibility for the death of an Ogomosho hoteler, Benga Owolabi, now deceased, and that he, the abductee, would suffer a similar fate should his ransom payment process get thwarted by the police. On the death of the police inspector and the kidnapper Professor Abaje, the CP said on October 28 of 2022, around 5 p.m., members of a kidnap syndicate who were reportedly armed with AK-47 rifles and some other sophisticated firearms attacked and kidnapped the Don and 7 other victims who were traveling along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The Daredevil gunmen equally attacked a team of policemen heading the distress call in a bid to rescue trapped victims on the highway. This in turn led to the death of an inspector of police who paid the supreme price in a fierce gun battle. The kidnappers later whisked the victims away to an unknown destination through the thick forest along the said Lagos Expressway. While their relatives were contacted for monetary demands in exchange for their liberty. Consequent upon the above, the command in a technological intelligence aided operation with necessary support from Ametoku and other communal partners apprehended the suspect, including commercial motorcyclists and couriers for the kidnap syndicate, while retrieving exchange money for their members of the syndicate around Ojo area, Ibadan. He said it was later discovered that the money received from the victims were moved into the bank account of the 3 additional suspects for onward distribution to other members of the syndicate. Osifo added that a manhunt for other members of the gang had begun so that all of them will be brought to book for them to come and face the full wrath of the law. Because any action you are taking in this life, be ready for the consequences when it arises. Because every other work, you get what? You get payment. So be ready to receive your own payment when the time is right. Police arrest terrorists, drug supplier, and also robbery suspects. Katsina State Police Command has arrested a suspected drug supplier for terrorists in the state. The spokesperson for the command, SP Gambo Issa, in a statement on Thursday said the suspect, 20-year-old Jamilu Ibrahim of Dongun, Muazu village, in the Sabuwa local government area, was arrested for allegedly supplying drugs to terrorists. Issa said the command also arrested 2 men, Sani Ibrahim, 45, and Magaji Maman, inside a golf car while taking drugs suspected to be hemp to a customer in Niger Republic. The police spokesperson noted that two ex-convicts, Aminu Lawa 32 and Isa Mohammed 30, were arrested for robbery and car snatching. He said Lawa, who confessed to being a member of an armed robbery and car snatching syndicate terrorizing the state, was arrested on Monday, December 17, 2022 around 1:15 a.m. Mohammed was also said to have been arrested on December 9, 2022 around 12:30 a.m. while riding a motorcycle suspected to have been snatched from its owner. The spokesperson gave the names of the four other suspects arrested on December 8 for robbery in Katsina as Umaru Adamu, 20, Hamza Lawa, 19, Abubakar Ismail, 22, and Isa Isman, 22. Look at the ages of these people that have been arrested. None of them is even up to 30 years old, not even 25 years old. Youth in their productive age, look at what they have get themselves involved. Not that they don't know what to do, not that they don't went to school or they don't want to go to school, but the bad government have made almost every heads and every youth we have in the land of Nigeria not reasoning well again. They have used poverty to strike almost all the whole youths. Look at the age. 19, 20, 22, 22 have involved in robbery. This is the age that they're supposed to be thinking of how bright their future will be. But the Nigerian government have made all these youths not to reason any other thing other than thinking that the only way to survive is into crime, and they indulge in perfecting crimes. This is heartbreaking. This is unacceptable in our society of these very days. Nigerian government, what have the youths do to you to deserve all this ill treatment that they are gotten in their productive age? When Peter Obi was saying this, people was out there mocking him and saying all sorts of things. Look at it. You that supposed to be leaders of tomorrow in Nigeria now, the life of they are there cutting short lives of people, perpetrating all kind of heinous crimes in different levels. And mind you, this is you that they don't start this in today. Anybody who have been perfect in kidnapping, killings, and even robbery, they must have started it at least 3 or 4 years ago to make them into perfection of robbing without any security operatives getting hold of them, not until when their cup is full. Let us move straight into another news. This is the last but not the least of the news of the day, but the last and not the least of this very broadcast. Polygamy, no going back. May Edochie replies Yul. May, instant wife to the embattled actor Yul Edochie, is not backing down from her stance against polygamy. The entrepreneur took to her Instagram page on Friday, where she reacted to a recent public apology by soon-to-be former husband. Yul sought for May's forgiveness in an Instagram post on Thursday, months after revealing he had fathered a child with his colleague and second wife Judy Austin. In his apology, the actor said, "My dear wife, Queen May Yul Edochie, I acknowledge that I hurt you deeply and have apologized to you countless times. I take the blame for my actions. I agree with you that polygamy shouldn't be forced on anyone. You never bargained for it from the beginning. Neither did I. But I guess life happens. You already know the whole story. I didn't do it to disrespect you. I didn't do it to replace you, nor because I do not love you anymore. No, I have always loved you and always will." However, May had retreated that she would not be cajoled into accepting polygamy. The mother of four earlier stated this days after her birthday in September in a post shared on her Instagram page. May clarified that despite their cordial appearance at her birthday party, she was not returning to her marriage with Yul. In Friday's post, May said that while she had forgiven the actor, she did not bargain for a polygamous marriage and would not agree to it. Forgiveness is the highest and most beautiful form of love for me. There is no love without forgiveness, and there is no forgiveness without love. Hence, my ability to forgive the mistakes of the past, present, and future with respect to the issue on the ground is in the interest of my mental health and inner peace, she wrote. I decided to stick to love. Hate is too great to burden to bear. Too great a burden to bear. I am still very much incapable of hurting anyone, let alone the father of my children. The fact remains that anyone can choose to practice polygamy, but can be impelled to accept what was never bargained for. To reaffirm my stance, I will not be cajoled into accepting polygamy, which goes against my beliefs, faith, and values. I will not be numbered in a home that was started building with love, faith, tears, hopes, and prayers in a Catholic marriage of 18 years following a long-term premarital relationship. May further requested that the actor put an end to the constant show on the social media space where their children are also present. Let's prevent our lovely children from all the incident drama series that might take a toll on them directly or indirectly amongst their peers. May God, in His infinite mercy and compassionate, guide us all in the right direction, she wrote. That is all about Yul Edochie, May, and the rest of shenanigans and brouhaha in their marriage. So, my good people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, we are coming to the end of this particular broadcast. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. Still, I am still pleading. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we go live or we post anything new on this channel or any other channel that is related to Okute Daily Talk. Remain blessed. Don't forget, I still remain your one and only. Please, make this video, let it go viral. Make sure that you share it with your family, your peers, your colleagues, and the rest of them so that they will be part of this moving train because we are moving at the right direction. Anything that have nothing to do with the truth is not part of our game. It's not part of our news. So remain blessed. Have a nice day. Have a nice Saturday. May the Almighty Chukwuka may bless us in this year and this Christmas celebration. Amen and amen. I am signing out. Bye for now. Kemesian. Bon voyage.